Hello, welcome to today's training. Today I am training on how to make a turban cap with V front, and to make the base I'm using 27 inches by 8 as the width. So I'm using 27 by 8 inches to make the band, though it will be too long, but that's what I want, especially to make you understand what I am doing. I don't want to manage the band that I'm using. So I use 27 by 8. If you want to be economical with your material, you can use 18 by 8, but 27 is perfect for me. So to cover the back, I'll be folding it into two. I can use a single material, but I chose to work with two. I want the cover to be a little bit thick. So because of that, I'm working with two, and the length I'll be working with today is actually 13 inches. But you can see that that part of my tape is broken. So instead that you use 12, 13 or 14, you can even use 10. 10 is even the perfect one. 10, because you don't need it to be too long. You don't need it to be so long. You just need to be short and perfect for the head, not dropping at all, because this is not a body pleated turban. So to cross it, you see what I just did. I placed the first one and then use the other one on it, and that part that you see on the circle will be cut off. When I'm done, I'll cut that part off. So now I just place the material on a fold. I told you I'll be folding it before. So I'll just place the material on a fold on the band. That's this V band that I created. And then I'll just take it to my sewing machine and sew it. So I'll show you once I'm done. Now I am done sewing. So you see the whole of that part I circled out that I will be cutting out. You can see the excess part there. Now the reason I normally use excess material is that it allows the V to come out very well, because you have the material to play with. You can cross it and uh, uh, fold your V, bend your V as deep as possible. But when you don't have enough material, you can't do that. So you can see that I actually take off all the excess. My idea is that it is better for it to be excess and I cut off rather than is not enough. So that's just the idea with which I work. So you can see the material on a fold joint to the band, and you can see the V is well defined. So I want to cross it, I want to fold it, and the part you see me holding is the ideal part to fold it, because some persons, when they cover it, they don't really consider the main part that is V. So by the time you are now wearing it, you find out the V part will now be on the side, which ought not to be. So to close the turban, I will be using 10.5 inches. I'll be using 10.5 inches to close the turban. It will be big enough to size anybody. You remember that this material is a stretchy fabric. So 10.5 is perfect. Then I'll trim it off. It's a little bit strong in that part because of the doubling of the material, so the thickness. So I just take my time to ensure that I trim that part out. So after trimming it out, the next thing I'll do to ensure the neatness of my work is to take it to my interlock machine. That is the weaving machine, and then I'll weave the rough parts before I will now join the turban together. So if you want to really do a neat work, I think it's necessary you have that interlock. So for the purpose of you seeing it, I use a contrasting thread. I use black instead of white. But when you are doing your work, please work with white. Is that okay? So now I will just close. And then when I'm done closing as well, I will also interlock. So I will also be weaving to ensure it's neat. So I'm done with every part. I just use my loose stitches to pull the cap together to ensure that the back is well arranged. So the cap is ready. The cap is ready. If you have any question concerning the cap, do well to ask on the comment section and I will respond to you. So now I want to go into the design, and to design it I'll be cutting out 7 inches by any length, but the material I have is not that long, so because I just want to fold out the bows from it, so any length you have is okay, but the width, which is the wideness, is 7 inches, and the reason I show 7 inches is because I am using a 3 inches crinoline to create my bow. So I show 7. By the time I fold and sew, I'll be left with about 3 or less than 3, which the crinoline will be able to sit properly on. Is that okay? And then to fix the crinoline inside, I also chose to double the crinoline. That is to make it a little bit thick. Rather than just using a single crinoline, I double it to give it weight, give it proper fitting, and make it strong. You understand? If you use one, sometimes one works, but with time you will not really get that beauty after some time. I've gone through all these things, I have experience, and I know what is right. So using two instead of one is the best thing to do. All right, so now I want to fold out my bows, and to do that I will need an accurate measurement that I'll be working with, so that it will not be an irregular uh, length. So I need to like work with a particular length, and the length I chose for this particular project is 8 inches. So I'll be working with 8 inches. So as I keep folding, I'll keep measuring, and then to enable me fold and for it to be smooth, I first of all use a needle or pin to hold that edge down, then measure the 8 inches, fold it to meet each other, and then hold that point and then start pushing, forcing the crinoline in. It will allow the material to be smooth, and it will also make the bow to be smooth. All those excess material looking like it's not smooth, it's slacky, budging out, will not be there if you use this method of pinning first, then taking your measurement, and then also trying to force in the crinoline. And then after doing that, to secure it, if I want to take it to my sewing machine, I can do that. I'll just take it to the sewing machine, keep folding and running it through, or you can just do what I did now, using your hand loose stitches to hold it down. It will not loose. So after holding it down, I remove the pin, and then I will trim off. Then for this particular project, I will be needing about 7 inches. No, sorry. I'll be needing about 7 pieces of this bow. 7, or if you like, you can work with 8, you can work with 10. It's a thing of choice. But for me, I worked with 7, and it was perfect for my project. So right now the 7, no, I actually worked with 8. Oh, I'm sorry. So right now the 8 pieces of the bow is ready. I just want to add a little bit of embellishment. So I'll be using this trimming. I forgot the name they called it for me in the market. Either is it sequence? I don't know, or glitter. I think they call it glitter. So I just bought 1 yard, and it was very cheap. But when I finished using it on this project, it actually came out very well. So what I did was to just trim out two two pieces of it, or two lines from it, and then I use the hot glue, or if possible I use both the hot glue and the UHU. So it's a thing of choice. If you are doing a colored work, I prefer you mix it, use the hot glue and the UHU, because it's a white work. I'm sorry, because it's a white work, I I can use the hot glue all through. But if it is colored, for instance black, you cannot use the hot glue, because that the candle When it becomes cold, we now start to reflect under this embellishment you have now. It will now be showing that white kind of something on the candle looking like stain. So at that point, the UHU will do the perfect work, because when it's dried, you will not see it the way the hot glue will be showing. The UHU will not show like that. But if you are working with white, you can use the hot glue alone. But if you are doing colored, please, I encourage you to use the UHU glue. I know it's a little bit expensive, more than the hot glue, but it will come out better. All right. So right now I am done preparing every uh, um, bit or part of this bowl is ready. The 8 is ready. Sorry, I first of all said 7. I'm sorry, it was actually 8 I used. And then to pull it together, I think this part should be very important for beginners. How to put the bow together. I have different method of putting them together, and this is one of it. So I will encourage you to watch it carefully. I'll first of all use loose stitches uh, to put all the bows together. As like the first part I'll be making, I'll be using 5 bows, and then the second part I'll be using 3 bows. So when I'm doing that, I'll put the 5 together at once and then pull it together to create the circle of bow. You understand? So I'll just use loose stitches so to put them together. So as you put 1, put 2, you can continue putting and pulling it together, or you can decide to put all the 5 first. After putting all the 5, then you can now uh, pull it together very tight. So for you to be able to achieve that, your thread need to be very very tight and thick. I mean, your thread need to be very very thick. So you can see this is just how I form it. Just pull it so tight, so tight, tight, and then lock it with the thread. You lock it. After you lock it with the thread, then you bring the opening, that is the two ends together, and then you still use thread to also lock that part up. So then you would have formed a perfect circle with the bow, on which you can see what I'm doing there. Join that part. Yes. Then after which you just use your needle and thread again. Sorry. You use your needle and thread again to secure that part. You secure it. So after that, you prepare the second bow and then place it on it before you go ahead to fix it to the turban. So at this point, I will pause a little. Let me just talk to you, my viewers. I refer to you as my student. I love you so much. Thank you for viewing the videos. I think it's helping a lot of people. I love the comment I see, and it's encouraging me. Most people say I'm affecting their lives positively. That is my dream. That's what I want. I want people to be able to be creative. Do something for yourself. You don't have money to go out there and pay the thousands and thousands to learn. If you concentrate on this channel, you can actually learn. You can become your own boss. I'm telling you the truth. I will not lie to you. You can become your own boss. For those people that have subscribed to this channel, you see that on this channel there is no secret. Oh, I tell you, I take you through every aspect of it for you to understand it. And again, if you have questions, ask me. I will answer you. I want the best for you. All right. So before I go, if today is your first time stopping by this channel, if you love what you are seeing, please do subscribe to the channel before leaving and hit on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. And then also please do not forget to hit on the thumbs up. I always beg you to do that, because It will help other people to see this video, and then it will help other people to also subscribe to this channel. It will help them to also get the opportunity you are getting. You understand? Because they there are people out there that still need to learn. Let's help them. Just hit on that thumbs up. It will help other people to see this channel. And as you do so, I love you so much. So you can watch the rest of this video, and if you have any question, don't forget to drop it on the comment section, and I will respond to your questions. For now, it will be bye from me, and I will see you in my next video by the grace of God. Bye.